So when I was initially diagnosed with breast cancer, my doctor talked to me about getting genetic testing done. So what they do is you draw blood, they send it away, they test your genes and see if there's any gene mutations that could have increased your risk of developing this particular type of cancer. So for me, they did an 84 gene testing where they tested 84 of my genes to see if there were any different mutations, anything that was off that could have possibly been the reason why I developed this type of cancer. My results came back positive for what they call the BRCA1 gene. There's two different BRCAs. There's a BRCA1 and a BRCA2. I tested positive for BRCA1. On individuals who have that gene mutation have an increased risk for breast cancer, ovarian, cervical cancer, prostate cancer, or pancreatic cancer. So once I was diagnosed, I sat down with a genetic counselor. We talked about family history. With my family in particular, it wasn't just cut and dry because my mother doesn't have breast cancer. My grandparents didn't have, well, my grandmother on either side of my family didn't have breast cancer. So it wasn't just like a cut and dry, like, hey, this grandparent had it, your mom has it, you have it, it came from this side. It is not that easy. So until my parents get tested, I won't really know what side of the family I got the gene mutation from, but it's a 50-50 chance. It was either passed down from mother or passed down from my father. Once we figure that out, then it goes a little bit further, and then their siblings get tested, and their siblings' kids get tested, and then it kind of, you can start doing preventative measures to make sure you don't get cancer or whatever. But yeah, so I have that BRCA1 gene with the increased risk for other cancers as well as other breast cancers. There's an increased risk I can get other breast cancers. I started meeting with doctors on preventative measures for myself as well. So one of the things that I've decided with my breast surgeon is that because of the gene, because of the type of cancer I have, which I have that HER2, which is aggressive, it grows fast, and it grows large, plus having that BRCA1 gene, we decided the best course of action for myself would be the bilateral mastectomy. So once I'm done with all of my chemotherapy treatments, I will have to get a bilateral mastectomy. I've been looking into that a little bit. I've been doing my own research. I meet with a plastic surgeon in a few weeks to discuss a plan for reconstructive surgery after I have my breast removed. It is what it is. I'm willing to do any and everything to guarantee that this is the one and done, and that we're not playing this cancer game, cancer roulette. I'm not really for it. Another doctor I had to meet with was the surgeon who does, cervical, ovarian, all those different types of cancers. And we decided that the standard of care and the best for myself, again, to guarantee that I don't get any future cancers, is to go ahead and have a full hysterectomy. So once I'm done with chemo, I'm going to do a bilateral mastectomy, reconstruction surgery, and then once I'm healed with that, I'm going to have a full hysterectomy, and I'm going to get rid of all the lady parts. So that was tough. That one, I must admit, was very tough for me. It was a very tough pill to swallow. I was pretty much devastated at first. I mean, I'm done having children, so it's not like, I need to have more kids. So the hysterectomy wasn't that serious, but it was just like the onslaught of it all. Like, why? Like, I'm young. I'm only 35. I'm about to lose my breast. I'm going to lose all my lady parts. I've lost my hair. Like, where is the femininity? Like, my ladiness is gone, but it won't be. I'll be all right. But the initial blow of the news was tough. It wasn't only tough on me, it was tough on my family. My husband is like, oh my goodness, they are just trying to cut you open over and over and over again. What is it with all the surgeries? Why do we have to do so many surgeries? Why isn't there something else you can do until you're a risk? Or I'm like, but like I said, I am willing to do whatever it takes for this to be a one and done. I do not want to play cancer roulette. I do not want to beat one to gain another. I don't have time for it. We're not about to do that today. Just cut me open if you have to. Like I said, there's a few, like, after doing some research, there's a few side effects and things that, like, the full hysterectomy, that scares me a little bit. I don't want to go into menopause. I'm only 35. I wasn't ready for that. The idea of no menstrual cycle, yes, please, and thank you. But I'm scared of menopause. I'm not really sure what all I will experience, but that made me nervous. And again, like I said, I felt like dang, y'all taking everything. Like, cancer, you took enough already. Can you stop already? Like, when do you see the end? Like, how much more of little old me do you need? But other than that, everything has been all right. Still staying high in faith, and we got this. Halfway through treatment, we got this. Oh, and I didn't mention, so my tumor, before I discovered my tumor just by going like this, it was right here. It was a little lump. I could feel it. We can't feel nothing. Myself, my doctors, every self-exam I've done, every self-exam they do, we don't feel a tumor anymore. One of the goals with chemotherapy is that it will shrink or completely disappear, and that's the end goal, that the cancer is pretty much removed prior to even doing surgery. But they still want to do the surgery to just make sure you get all the cells, all the tissue, all of it, everywhere that cancer can sit in can be gone. But I don't even feel the lump. The lump is, so if you ask me, the lump is gone. Or if it's not gone, it's shrunken so much that we can't even feel it anymore. Which to me is amazing. My doctor is happy. I'm happy. I won't get another MRI or anything like that, I don't believe, until closer to surgery. At this point, I think the timeline goes, I'm continuing chemotherapy right until after Thanksgiving. My very last session of chemo is the day after Thanksgiving, and then the standard of care is 3 weeks after that. I go in for my bilateral mastectomy. So she said plan on the week before Christmas. I'll probably have to go in for that surgery. So we moving along, y'all. Like, 2020 is gonna be the year of cancer, and the year it was done and beat, and Tia came up in here and whooped cancer's little butt. And then 2020 is gonna be all new beginnings. So that was just my little update. Thank you all for listening. Yeah, I'll be talking to y'all soon. Have a good one.